Tesla earnings preview coming up. But before we get to that, some massive news today. Check this post out by SpaceX. SpaceX AI seems to be the new name the entity is being referred to as. And Cursor AI are now working closely together to create the world's best coding and knowledge work AI. The combination of Cursor's leading product and distribution to expert software engineers with SpaceX's million H100 equivalent Colossus training supercomputer will allow us to build the world's most useful models. Cursor has also given SpaceX the right to acquire Cursor later this year for $60 billion or pay $10 billion for our work together. Wow, this is kind of incredible and equally crazy. What I find most incredible is that they've put this out in the public. SpaceX has the right, the option to buy us later this year for $60 billion. Good thing SpaceX is IPOing soon and likely to raise an absolute fuck ton in capital to be able to do something like this. And following up on yesterday's video, the perfect scenario for the SpaceX and Tesla merger, which to me again is absolutely inevitable, Larry Goldberg shared this clip on X.
But you know, I get criticized all the time for talking about SpaceX and Tesla being about equal, because everybody says we have to wait for Tesla to earn its promise. But that's exactly where Starlink is. That's exactly where SpaceX is. SpaceX is only beginning to scale now.
Yeah.
Just as, you know, the car business right now is static, if not, you know, slightly regressive.
Right.
And we haven't seen the Robotaxi scale yet, and we haven't seen Optimus begin to scale yet. I mean, but we have exactly the same situation at SpaceX. Just because Starlink is beginning to make money, the rest of SpaceX, you know, you've got this money-losing AI business, which will be going through a huge loss next year. You've got this money-losing Twitter business, which will, you know, struggle to break even next year. So you've got all this enormous potential energy stored up at SpaceX, and you've just got this enormous pent-up energy stored up in Tesla, and you have this joint project of theirs that has gigantic potential energy but gigantic risk called the Terafab. That is a joint venture of the two of them. I think they're both in exactly the same position, because if you look at the future of Starlink, if you look at the future of Starship, and if you look at the future of XAI, you've got enormous promise.
Right.
Almost unlimited promise. And then you've got, you know, data centers in the sky, which could be the biggest business in the world. And you've got exactly the same opportunities in Tesla. And then you've got this gigantic joint opportunity in Tesla Fab. So I don't know where people can say, oh, we have to wait for Tesla to scale because it hasn't yet reached its promise yet. That's exactly where SpaceX is. People don't understand that.
Some very animated points there from Larry. The broader point I think that he was really getting at, a lot of investors at the moment, the idea of Tesla and SpaceX merging, want to see Tesla realize a lot more of its untapped potential and future value. Otherwise, they get meaningfully diluted. Whereas the proposal of merging the two entities at a 50-50 valuation would require an argument like the one Larry's making. Starlink itself, as far as we're aware, and we'll find out more soon, ahead of the SpaceX IPO, is printing money, but he's right that it's still early, and importantly, other portions of SpaceX's business are not printing money, which now includes XAI, which, as we saw earlier in the intro, the announcement RE Cursor. SpaceX could either drop $10 billion later this year, it's going to require a lot of Starlink customers to recoup, or $60 billion. I think it's reasonable to say that should SpaceX IPO around $1.75 trillion, give or take later this year, that the market is probably assigning a little bit higher probability to future successes for SpaceX than they currently are of Tesla, especially around autonomy, meanwhile completely ignoring Optimus. And what will be quite telling is on Tesla's earnings call tomorrow. When retail investors, we understand, but the analyst questions, when they come along, what are they going to be asking about? Now, I actually got a sneaking suspicion Adam Jonas is probably going to be on the call from Morgan Stanley, and he is probably going to ask about SpaceX/XAI and Tesla merger synergies and so on, to which the team will have to say, we can't really talk about shit like that. Adam, do you have a better question? But I am hopeful, maybe naive and deluded, but I am hopeful this may actually be the tipping point on Tesla earnings call in terms of analysts actually starting to ask repeatedly and consistently about things that really matter to Tesla's future: autonomy, the humanoid robot, AI, and the inevitable merger with SpaceX. In my opinion, the single most important question that could be asked on Tesla's earnings call, or information that could be included in Tesla's earnings report, relates to the epic Terafab joint project between SpaceXAI and Tesla. We don't currently have a great deal of clarity around how this project will work. We do understand autonomy. Tesla's ramping their dedicated Cybercab, the two-seater autonomous vehicle, testing in a handful of cities. They've got a roadmap for the first half of this year, scaling slowly and extremely cautiously. We don't really need to be asking more questions about this. What are they going to charge per mile? Bro, it's going to be enough that they make a profit, but it's extremely affordable. Drive costs down, keep wait times in check, scale the fleet. Bam. Next question. Tesla have already outlined plans for the Optimus humanoid robot, including numbers of production for the first iteration, the second and the third. The hardest challenges with the Optimus humanoid robot: the brain/vision and the hand. We're not really going to learn anything of any substance if people are asking questions about autonomy and the robot. We can figure this stuff out ourselves. Tesla's already outlined their goals. We can see the progress happening. But Terafab is a gigantic black hole. We don't know shit other than the overarching big picture goals. Launching 1 million, and this is for starters, 1 million space-based satellites to do AI training and inference from space. We know the publicly stated goal of Terafab producing more chips than the rest of the world combined does every year today. But how the hell is this going to work? Is Tesla going to be manufacturing the chips solely Tesla? Will the actual manufacturing of the AI chips be produced by Tesla then sold to SpaceX? Will they be partnering in this? Will chips be sold to outside companies as well? Is there any form of exclusive access to Tesla's data stream from their real-world fleet of vehicles for XAI to train? How does Tesla's recent XAI and now SpaceXAI investment play into this? Will there be sharing of resources in terms of AI training compute, inference? What about Tesla's potential distributed fleet of vehicles helping out the Macro-Hard project? These are the key topics that I really want some clarification around. I can figure all this stuff out relating to autonomy and the robots. What I can't figure out, because I don't know, I have no clue, I can only speculate wildly, is how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together regarding Terafab, the AI chips, the manufacturing of the satellites, the manufacturing of the solar to power the satellites, but even the Macro-Hard project itself. We've heard now that Tesla intends on, or at least potentially intends, on utilizing their existing fleet of vehicles. Consumers can opt in. Would you like to get paid for us to run inference, human emulators on your Tesla while it's not being used? Free passive income for you? Yes? Great. How's that going to work? This is an XAI project, which is now SpaceXAI, potentially utilizing Tesla's existing fleet of give or take 10 million vehicles and growing to run a project to digitally emulate humans and disrupt companies even at the scale of something like Nvidia or Microsoft. How's this going to work? I have a lot of questions around Terafab and Tesla's XAI investment. However, despite having a lot of questions, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of answers. In fact, just a quick preview over on the SAY website, most popular Tesla investor questions for the earnings call. Let's see if we can find Terafab anywhere in the top 30, 40, or even 50 questions. Just done a search for Terafab on the website, and I'm currently scrolling through some of the questions that were asked ahead of this, and I'm going to have to scroll for an extremely long time and ramble before we get there. You guys can see on screen now how many questions I've passed by. I'm going pretty quick, and we're still not even close to halfway toward the first question asked about Terafab. This tells me one very interesting thing about Tesla investors, and this is a combination of retail and institutional investors. Nobody seems to be interested in asking the really important, big picture, long-term questions. Why is that? Why have I had to scroll this far and I still am only just about to reach, there we go, the very first question asked about Terafab? This is a great question from Adam, who asked, can you comment more on synergies between Tesla and SpaceXAI? In particular, can Tesla shareholders be informed more about the Terafab specifics? I mean, this will be nice. Look how far we are on the page. Easily went past 50, maybe 100 plus questions before we got to this. So in conclusion, I got a lot of questions. I don't expect they're going to get answered on the earnings call, but any clarification whatsoever regarding Terafab and Tesla's investment in XAI, now SpaceXAI, will be very welcome. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.